3I Atlas secrets NASA doesn't want you to see. They're telling you it's a comet, a rare but harmless visitor from another star system just passing through our cosmic neighborhood before it's gone forever. They give it a sterile name, 3I Atlas. They publish press releases with reassuring headlines and clean data points because they want you to feel safe. They want you to believe this is just another interesting scientific discovery. But what if the official story is just that? A story. What if their neat and tidy explanations are just a cover built to hide a truth so huge it would change everything we know about our place in the universe? For every piece of data they release, there are shadows. For every explanation they offer, new, more troubling questions pop up. They are counting on you to just accept their version of reality. But tonight, we're not looking away. We're looking right at the strange behavior, the weird inconsistencies, and the anomalies of this object. We are going to connect the dots that the mainstream scientific community seems to be desperately ignoring and expose what they might be trying to hide about this mysterious visitor. NASA will tell you the interstellar object 3I Atlas is just a comet. They'll show you sanitized data and offer reassuring explanations, but they won't show you this. A pattern of behavior so statistically improbable it seems to defy all conventional explanation. They don't want to talk about what it's really doing while it hides in the glare of our sun. For the first time, we're exposing what might really be going on with this visitor from another star. The official story, the lie. To really get the scale of what might be concealed, you first have to understand the story they want you to believe. On July 1st, 2025, a NASA-funded telescope in Chile called ATLAS, the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, spotted a faint object. After running the numbers, the world's space agencies, like NASA and the European Space Agency, announced this was only the third interstellar object ever seen passing through our solar system. They named it 3I Atlas. The I stands for interstellar. The official story goes like this. 3I Atlas is a comet, an icy body maybe a few kilometers wide that got tossed out of its own distant star system billions of years ago. It's been drifting through the empty space between stars ever since, and now its journey has brought it here. They are very quick to emphasize that it poses zero threat to Earth. They tell us its closest approach to our planet will be a super-safe 270 million kilometers. That's about 1.8 times the distance from the Earth to the Sun. It's expected to get closest to the Sun around October 30th, 2025, just inside the orbit of Mars, before it gets slung back out into the darkness, never to return. They say this is a fantastic scientific opportunity, a chance to study a piece of another solar system, and to be fair, they have pointed their powerful toys at it. We have images from the Hubble Space Telescope showing a fuzzy cloud of gas and dust. NASA even announced that the James Webb Space Telescope looked at the object on August 6, 2025, analyzing its chemical makeup. They reported finding things you'd expect in a comet: water, carbon monoxide, and a lot of carbon dioxide. They've even spotted cyanide and atomic nickel in its halo, which they say is similar to our own solar system's comets. It's all presented in a neat little package, a fascinating but perfectly natural event. The story of a wandering ice ball. It sounds plausible. It sounds reasonable. It sounds exactly like what you'd expect them to say. But that's the point. It's a little too neat. Because when you start pulling at the threads of the official story, the whole thing starts to unravel. And what you find underneath is anything but natural. Crack in the facade. The first crack in the official story appeared almost right away, and it has to do with what this thing is made of. While NASA announced the James Webb Telescope took a look at 3I Atlas, the full, detailed results have been curiously slow to come out. We get summaries, but the raw data is still under wraps. What they have told us, though, is already deeply strange. They admit the object is unusually rich in carbon dioxide, which is what allowed it to form a massive cloud of gas, a coma. while it was still incredibly far from the sun. But the real mystery, the one that should give you goosebumps, is what astronomers started seeing in late 2025. It's a phenomenon called an anti-tail. A normal comet's tail always points away from the sun, pushed by solar wind. But 3I Atlas was seen with a tail that pointed towards the sun. Now, the official explanation is that this is a rare optical illusion, or it's made of heavier dust that gets left behind in its orbit. Think about that for a second. An object that is already an interstellar anomaly, one of only 3 we've ever seen, just happens to also display another rare phenomenon. It's a coincidence on top of a coincidence, but it gets weirder. Observations from the Keck 2 telescope in Hawaii confirmed that gas emissions, like cyanide, were being produced in the direction of the sun. It wasn't just an illusion. The object was actively pushing material in a direction that seems to defy physics. As Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb has pointed out, the normal tail you'd expect was almost invisible, but this bizarre sunward-facing jet was clearly there. This isn't just a fun fact. This breaks the rules of what we expect from a simple piece of ice and rock. A tail pointing the wrong way? That's like seeing smoke blow into a fire. The official explanations feel like they're trying to hammer a square peg into a round hole to make something that is profoundly abnormal seem normal. Why would an object push material toward the very energy source that's supposed to be pushing it away? Could it be that what they're calling an anti-tail isn't a tail at all? Could it be some kind of braking, a controlled thrust? These are the questions they hope you won't ask. Before we go any deeper and connect this to other interstellar mysteries, what does your gut tell you? Is this just a weird rock, or are we seeing something way more important? Let me know what you're thinking in the comments. I read them all, and your theories are a key part of this whole investigation. The investigation? If 3I Atlas were just a single weird event, maybe we could write it off. But it isn't. You have to zoom out to see the real picture. This isn't the first time an interstellar visitor has behaved in ways that stumped scientists. Remember One-Eye Oumuamua back in 2017? The first interstellar object we ever saw. It was a strange, cigar-shaped thing that tumbled through our solar system. Most disturbingly, as it moved away from the sun, it sped up. It accelerated in a way that gravity alone couldn't explain. The official explanation? It must have been outgassing, like a comet. The problem? There was no visible gas, no coma, no tail. It was accelerating from an invisible force. Then, in 2019, came 2I Borisov. This one looked much more like a classic comet with a visible tail. The scientific community seemed to breathe a sigh of relief. See? Oumuamua was the weird one, Borisov is normal. They're all just comets. And now we have 3I Atlas. And it is not normal. It's a true behemoth, significantly more massive than both Oumuamua and Borisov, and it's moving faster. This isn't just another data point, it creates a pattern. One object that accelerates for no reason, a normal one to calm things down, and now a third, a giant, that has a tail pointing the wrong way and a trajectory that seems almost engineered. This is where people like Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb become so important. While many scientists rush to label these as comets, Loeb has dared to ask the forbidden question, what if they aren't? Let's look at the path of 3I Atlas. It's lined up almost perfectly with the ecliptic plane, the flat disk where all our planets orbit. For an object coming from a random direction in the galaxy, the odds of this are incredibly slim. It's like throwing a dart from across a stadium and hitting the thin wire of the bullseye. And the timing? It's almost too convenient. It made a close pass of Mars, letting our orbiters there get a look. It will make a close pass of Jupiter, where the Juno spacecraft is waiting. And most suspiciously, its closest approach to the Sun, its perihelion around October 30th, happens when it's in solar conjunction. That means it's directly behind the Sun from our point of view, completely hidden from our best telescopes at the most critical moment of its journey. Is that a coincidence? Or is that the perfect time to pull a maneuver hidden from prying eyes? The list of anomalies is staggering. A weird composition, a tail that defies physics, a suspiciously aligned trajectory, and a key moment conveniently hidden by the sun itself. This isn't just a series of coincidences anymore. This is a pattern, and the dots are not forming the picture of a simple comet. The revelation. So, if 3I Atlas isn't a comet, what is it? This is the truth they don't want you to consider. When you throw out the "it's just a rock" theory, the other possibilities are as mind-blowing as they are unsettling. Let's rethink that anti-tail. What if it's not a tail, but a form of propulsion? A braking burn. Imagine a ship arriving in a new star system after traveling for millions of years. It wouldn't just fly by. It would need to slow down, to change its path. As Avi Loeb has suggested, if 3I Atlas were an alien craft using its engines to slow down, this is what it might look like. The mysterious emissions of cyanide and nickel might not be random gas. They could be the exhaust from a sophisticated engine. Now consider its cloaked pass by the sun. That's the most important moment for any object flying through our system, the point of maximum speed and energy. For a spacecraft, this is the perfect time to perform an Oberth maneuver. By firing its engines at its fastest point, a craft can change its trajectory in a huge way with very little fuel. It could use this move to slow down and get captured into orbit in our solar system. Or, as Loeb has speculated, it could be a massive mothership using the sun's gravity to fling smaller probes toward the planets. And it's doing this at the exact moment our view from Earth is blocked. Could 3I Atlas be a Trojan horse? An object that looks like a comet on the outside, but carries something else entirely inside its massive, kilometers-wide body? Its path takes it suspiciously close to Mars, Venus, and Jupiter. Is it deploying probes to check out our solar system? Is it a von Neumann probe, a self-replicating robot explorer sent eons ago to explore the galaxy and build copies of itself? A probe like that would need to be discreet, to mimic natural things until it reached its destination. Its massive size also fits. An interstellar journey is long and dangerous. A probe built to last would need to be huge, tough, and shielded. What's a better shield than a thick crust of ice and rock, making it look just like a comet from far away? The object we see might not be the craft itself, but the shell it travels in. This could be the real secret of 3I Atlas. Not that it's a comet, but that it's acting exactly like a carefully designed, intelligent probe arriving in a new star system. Its trajectory isn't a coincidence. It's a flight path. Its weird chemistry isn't random, it's the signature of its technology. Its journey isn't a harmless flyby, it's a mission. This is the simple, terrifying possibility that the official reports are designed to hide. We are not alone, and the proof just showed up. Conclusion, the lingering question. As 3I Atlas goes around the sun, hidden from us, we're left with more questions than answers. The official story will say it's reappearing, continuing its path out of our solar system, and will soon fade away. They are hoping you'll just move on and forget. But we have to ask the questions they won't. What really happened while it was behind the sun? Did it change course? Did it release something? As it gets closer to Earth in December 2025, will it still be one object, or will it have company? The discovery of 3I Atlas isn't the end of the story. It's the beginning. It's a glimpse behind a curtain we never knew was there. The world's space agencies might want to close the file and label it unusual comet. But for those of us paying attention, the investigation has just started. They want you to look at the sky and see an empty void. But now we have to wonder, what's really looking back? And is 3I Atlas really leaving? Or is it just getting into position? The truth is out there, and it's closer than you think.